Hello, travelers, wanderers, and all my fellow professionals of the passport panic. I don't know what that means. Welcome back to Travel Secrets with TV's Dave Galvan, the show where we pull back the curtain on what really happens behind those glossy travel photos. Today's special episode, I gotta make up for forgetting Tuesday. Today's episode is Confessions of a Travel Pro when trips go sideways. Because let's be honest, even when you do this all the time, things go very, very wrong. And I'm talking canceled flights, sketchy 5-star hotels that turn out to be 5 cockroaches. And once a luggage mix-up so bad, it still gives me flashbacks when I see floral print bikinis. So buckle up, because today I'm confessing the real stuff, the meltdowns, the mishaps, the weirdly wonderful ways travel can go off the rails. So let's start with a confession. So I plan trips for a living. That's literally my job. I've arranged honeymoons in Bora Bora, corporate getaways in Dubai, and luxury villa stays where the guests want the exact scent of the Four Seasons Bali lobby piped into their bedroom. So you'd think I've got travel down to a science, right? No, because no matter how good you are, Murphy's Law loves travelers. If something can go wrong, it will. And usually right after you post, everything's running perfectly, on social media is when everything falls apart. So I once booked a cruise to review it for clients. It was smooth sailing for a couple days, and the ship's plumbing failed. I mean, every toilet gone. People were literally racing for bathrooms on other decks. The crew was handing out air fresheners like it was a fire sale at Bath and Body Works. You can't Instagram that. And yet that's the moment that taught me the most. Because when things fall apart, you get the real travel experience. Humanity, chaos, teamwork, and maybe a little dark humor. Well, here's the truth. It's not perfect. And that's why it's magic. No, it was not the poop cruise that you saw on the Netflix. It was actually an entirely different cruise. And the problems only lasted a few hours. But believe me, it was enough. There's a saying in the travel world, the journey begins when the planning ends. And oh boy, has that been tested. So picture this. I know someone who landed in Santorini ready to film content for a promo. Okay, they're talking like drone footage, linen shirts, perfect sunsets, the works. The bag shows up on the carousel. They grab it, roll into the hotel, open it up, and then staring at a suitcase full of floral print bikinis, flip-flops, and giant pink sun that says Bride Tribe. Yes, this person got someone else's luggage because they were very quick to grab luggage. So somewhere out there was a confused bridesmaid, was probably trying to figure out why their suitcase had loafers, drone batteries, and a blazer. So, of course, what happens? I get a call. I grabbed the wrong bag. What do I do? Well, you take it back to the airport and see if they did the same is the only thing I could think of. And that's the advice I gave. They spent 2 days on borrowed clothes from the hotel Lost and Found. They looked like a background character from White Lotus. But the funny thing was, those were the 2 most stress-free days of the trip. They couldn't overthink what to wear and what they couldn't film. They just had to sort of be in the moment. And that's when you remember, travel's not about control. It's about the experience you can't control. Now, as a travel planner, I've seen clients lose their minds when trips go sideways. A number of years ago, a honeymoon couple heading to Maldives, everything was perfect. They had one of those really cool private overwater villa champagne on arrival kind of thing. 24 hours before takeoff, hurricane. Airport closed. Flights are grounded. The couple's dream trip was dead in the water. Now, here's the secret about travel professionals. We're kind of part therapist, part magician, and part firefighter. So I got on the phone, I rerouted them to a different island I can't pronounce, and found a new resort within hours. Same dates, same vibe, 0 extra costs, okay? And they ended up loving it because it wasn't what they planned. And that's a pattern that I see all the time. Trips go wrong. The best stories are born. You laugh about it later. You bond. You remember. You don't remember the smooth flights. You remember sprinting through Istanbul airport because your gate changed 3 times. When I first started to travel, I thought being a pro meant having all the answers. And now I know. It means knowing that you don't. Because the world doesn't care how organized you are, how high your Marriott status is, or how many plug adapters you've packed. The world's going to teach you humility. It's going to humble you in whatever way it wants to. And honestly, that's a great gift. Every flight delay, every misconnection, every why is this room smaller than the photos moment, it all strips away your expectations. And once you stop expecting perfection, you start seeing beauty in all the detours and conversations, the quiet moments in between. That's when you become more than a tourist. You become a traveler. So here's what all the disasters that all the people I've talked to have taught me. Always pack a backup outfit in your carry-on. Triple check your luggage tag. Stay kind to the airline staff. They hold your fate in their hands. Never travel without a sense of humor. The real secret of travel isn't knowing how to avoid problems. It's knowing how to handle them when they come. And if you can laugh about it later, hey man, that's a win. So the next time your flight gets delayed or your suitcase ends up in a different time zone, you need to remember, you're not cursed, you're collecting stories. Someday you'll be the one saying, hey, remember that time everything went wrong? Oh, that was one of the best trips of my life. Believe me, it'll happen. This is TV's Dave Galvan with Travel Secrets, Confessions of a Pro. Thanks for listening. Hey, if you've got your own travel disaster stories, send it to contact@timeforyourvacation.com. The juicier the better. We might just feature it in an upcoming episode. Stay curious, everyone. Stay calm, and remember, there's no such thing as a perfect trip, just the perfect story. See you next week.